Okay, hello. It's been a while. I don't know how long it's been. So that must mean it's been a while. Turn the AC down so we can hear better. Ooh, it's warm. I'm just coming back. I started a new job. With a new company. Same job, new company. Hence the t-shirt. Reflective wear. A little bit of a drive there and back to work every day, but hey, got to go where the money's at, you know. Not everybody's sponsored by Gymshark and sucks on the. I'm not gonna make this vulgar. Okay, but yeah. I was about 13, 12 weeks out from North Americans. Now I'm about 11 weeks out. That 12th week, I kind of like went back and forth if I really wanted to do North Americans. I was like, I know I need to add size in certain places, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. I talked to some coaches, talked to just a lot of athletes more than coaches, but all the coaches were like, "Oh, you need this, you need that, you need that." And I'm just like, "Okay, well, that's if I want to be perfect." Now, of course, you're going to say, "Oh, well, to get a pro card, you got to be perfect." Nobody that's won a pro card has looked perfect. They don't. Nobody can look perfect because there's always going to be something you want to change about everybody, especially if it's yourself. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, well, show the best you can give yourself. That's it. And most people that win pro cards usually like are lacking something very significantly. Like usually it's like most of the guys in classic have no legs when they get their pro card and like way too big of arms. That's like pretty standard. Or they have no back and like everything else. That's pretty standard too. But yeah, mine is I could use a bigger chest, of course, because I just don't feel working chest at all. And then hamstrings, but everybody needs bigger hamstrings. It's not a small muscle, but it's a harder muscle to work. The quad kind of takes over, glutes, lower back, they take over sometimes. You know, but just gotta train them more frequently is my thing. One day a week is not enough. You're like, oh, tax them harder, work them out harder, blah blah blah. No, work them out harder, they get stronger for me. They don't get bigger. So, yeah. But yeah, not to make this long, I'll try to tune this, edit this, so I'll put some training in. Let's say it's Monday. Oof, I'm gonna do a chest day. I'm gonna be working chest twice a week right now for the next 5 or 6 weeks, and then I'm gonna switch back to doing. I'll probably do back, honestly, twice a week. Either back or arms, something that's less strenuous. I was gonna do legs, but we'll see how it goes. Because as we go down, I don't want to be working legs twice a week because it's gonna be very stressful, of course, but it's gonna be very difficult to push weight twice a week. You know, it could be making it easier because I'm not pushing heavy weight, but the overall stress and cortisol response. And my legs do have a lot of stress to them because I do a lot of walking, a lot of standing, a lot of heavy movements at work. So, poop prep, I did notice a lot of water retention in my legs. And just getting off my feet does really help. That last 2 or 3 weeks, legs are just, gotta take them out. So I'll probably do, big chin, 5-6 weeks of chest, and then taper that into probably just a regular bro split once a week. I'll probably do back twice a week just to split it, get that extra, what's it called? Split between back, upper back, lower back, upper back and lats, you know, get trap focused and rhomboids and teres majors, and then the other one, it's going to be vertical pulling and horizontal pulling. Make this sound bad. I got to drink some water, eat some food, get off, you know. Works hard. It works hard if you work hard. Your work can be easy, even if it's a hard job. You just do it really shittily, really easily, pussyfooted. So yeah, anybody can make their life seem harder than it actually is, and other people make it seem easier than it actually is. So yeah, but yeah, do that. North Americans, it's like less than 80 days away. I think it's like 75. So it's 77, I think. It's like exactly 11 weeks as of Oh, last Thursday. So yeah, probably 75 days. Yeah. Will I make it? Yeah, of course. I drop fat really fast, really easily. My body does not like being this body fat. Well, being this big. Oh, anything over 185 for me is like, my body does not like it. So it drops weight, no matter what weight you want to drop. So if I want to drop muscle, I could probably drop it really easily. If I just didn't train for like 2 months, I could probably drop muscle pretty quick. If I ate too, it would probably still drop just muscle. But since I'm trying to lose fat, just working out and not eating, fucking drop that fat like nobody's business. Just got into that shit. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I did last week, before I started like switching diet. I was like kind of off playing a little bit because I was like, do I stay on the diet? Do I stay off the diet? I didn't know what I want to do. Got to finalize it. You know, I'm not stressed over things. I'm not anxiety over things. I'm not thinking too much. I'm not thinking at all. I'm in a mindset of I don't know. And I can't really think about what I wanted to do. So instead of, waiting, at least I can, if I do North Americans and don't get my pro card, I don't win, I'll just do it in December. If I don't win December, hey, it wasn't my fucking year. What am I going to do about that? It's not my problem. Not my problem. It's not my year, What am I going to do? It's not like if I didn't do North Americans, I would have made it in December. Would that extra month or 2 months of anabolism really help me? What would it have been? Maybe 3 pounds of muscle? You're going to say like, oh, changed your physique. If all that 3 pounds went to like my triceps, yeah, it might change my physique. If it all went to my hamstrings, possibly, but then my hamstrings would have to go from like small to like okay size. But if you got like, if your muscles are big, 3 pounds is, it's good. It's going to change your physique, but I mean, it's just, you can win that pro card without the 3 pounds pretty much. And that's just a genetic elite is already there. So it's just whoever's there, What if, what's that guy's name? Anton Ralushi or something? Ralushi? I don't know. That really young guy that was like 19 that just won in December? Just won. The guy that won in December? Yeah, what if a guy like that comes in, just genetic freak, just put in the hard work. Everybody puts in hard work. Obviously, don't matter how much work you fucking put in, you're not going to overcome your genetics, Not going to say he just works hard to look like that, It's like when people say shit about gear. It's like, oh, he doesn't work hard, he just takes gear. And you're like, well, I'm pretty sure that's exactly why, that doesn't happen. It's the world of the gym. Ooh. But yeah, credit where credit's due. Not gonna knock anybody's credit. I'm not saying anything like that. How long has it been? Fucking 8 minutes? Oh, goddamn. It's like talk forever. I hate hearing myself talk. Don't like looking at myself either every time I look down. But yeah, what am I eating? Having a protein shake in the morning because I just don't like eating in the morning, especially since I'm waking up another like 3 hours earlier for work. So yeah, it just helps you get it down quick. Protein shake in the morning. Like 250, 300 calories worth of bread. Because it's just got to be quick. I ain't fucking doing oats, man. I ain't doing that shit. But what else? Half a scoop of peanut butter. Because I don't fucking like almond butter. And I don't want to just use regular oil or butter. I want to have a little bit of protein in my fat. And it tastes a little bit better. What else? Same thing with bread. Tastes better than oats. So also easier to eat. And it's just smaller though. You just eat it. I don't really need it for making me full. I have no problem being full, even during prep. I do not want to be this big. It's like I'm big or something. Like I'm like 270. I'm like, oh, I gotta shove calories down. It's just being 208 is too big for me. My body wants to be 185. It really does. I have to force feed just for this. Then yeah, pretty much every other meal is the same. It's gonna be 140 grams of white rice. Yeah. Balsamiti, not the jasmine. Or is it jasmine, not the basmati? Basmati. I don't know if I can say that. Basmati. Who cares? I get it at Costco. It comes in a big bag. It looks white. to grain format, long style, long, dude. Yeah, but white rice, 140 grams, something like I don't know. It's like a little bit more than one serving. We'll count it as one serving because one serving is like what, 135, 130. So yeah, it's 160 calories. It's not that much. And then I'm having 8 ounces chicken, and I shred it up so I can mix it with my rice really easy. It makes it just get a spoon, shovel it down. A little bit of hot sauce, sometimes a little bit of lemon in there, and a little bit of salt, pepper, and sometimes garlic on the chicken when I cook it. Sometimes not. Maybe onion powder sometimes too. But I don't want to use too much seasoning right now because I don't want any water retention. Because water retention, and when people say that, like, oh, you doesn't use seasoning, you really can't use a gram of salt, you really can't use that. It's not about not being able to. It's about having the most accurate day by day progress. So if one day I'm bloated and I don't know why, I'm going to assume it's something to do with training. Maybe I'm fatigued, something to do with something, because my diet's the same every day. But really, I just put too much salt or too much hot sauce, too much something as a seasoning on my food. And it just caused me just a little bit, quarter pound, 0.2, a little bit of water retention. And as you get really lean, that water retention is very noticeable. So I want to be able to accurately look how I want to do on stage. I need to know how much sodium I do or do not need, how much water I do or do not need, but I also need to know how much it affects me. Sodium, I don't really think you need to adjust too much, honestly, for the stage. Really, if you eat a lot of sodium and you look good, who the fuck cares? If you eat no sodium and you look good, I'd keep it lower, no to low. So you use a lot of sodium, you might fuck it up and have some water retention. Like me, I have a lot of sodium, I don't hold too much water. But, if I eat like fast food and I have like that 10,000 grams of salt and whatever else they put in preservative shit, I don't know, it's mostly just salt, but all that kind of crap in a burger or something, I blow up like a balloon. If I have gluten, I blow up like a balloon. If I have, most breads, but yeah, like cheese and stuff like that, yeah, it's terrible. So I can't just put stuff in and not think it's going to have an outcome. So yeah, when people think about that, they're like, oh, it's just a seasoning. You can have a little bit of seasoning, just a little bit of taste. And like, okay, if you want some taste, use some low sodium hot sauce or use some ketchup or mustard, man, with no sodium in it. Mostly the mustard, no calories too. You get the low sugar one, but it still has like a sodium in it. So not much, like 400 or 500 for like a whole serving. You use a half serving twice a day, maybe that's 500 milligrams. It's nothing. Milligrams? Micrograms. Milligrams? No, I think it's milligrams. What else? So I'll do that. One meal, the chicken and rice, 140 grams, 8 ounces, 168 ounces, sometimes 170. I'm not too accurate at that. What is that? 2 calories. I give a shit. Next meal, the same, which I'll be having as soon as I get home. I'm going to start packing it so I can eat it before I drive home, because right now I'm just not in the fucking zone right now, man. But get my water right here that I should drink some. It's nice. It's the wrong pipe. I should grab my crack pipe. But I don't do crack often. But do you want to do your crack in the mornings? I don't fucking know what I was going to say. Chicken rice after breakfast. So I did breakfast, chicken rice. And then my fourth meal, which I'm going to eat when I get home. I'm going to eat when I get home, but I'm going to start eating before I leave after work around that 3 o'clock mark. 2:30, 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock now, but I left a little early because starting. It's just an ongoing process. I'm just fucking distracted right now. But yeah, 3 o'clock mark. Probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'll have a ground beef meal. And that ground beef meal is going to be ground beef, 8 ounces, 170 grams, and either a banana or a Rice Krispie, depending on if I have bananas or not. Because I have a shit ton of Rice Krispies that I just don't use. And it's only a little bit more fat. It's a lot more, it's a little bit more sugar, but it's got like, I think it's a gram of fat versus 2.5 grams of fat. So it's only a little bit more fat, but it's like, it's not too bad. I just noticed I'm going 50 and 55 this whole time because I'm following this dumb minivan. And now I can't pass because there's like 30 cars on that side. Come on! I don't get mad, but just good thing we have what's called a fast car. So we can go vroom, vroom, really good high speeds. Yeah, that's very not the speed limit. You gotta do the sound effects, which just doesn't count. That cruise control on, so I gotta worry about shit now. Just gotta hover and flip the brake. Yeah. But, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Rice Krispie banana situation. Who's banana? But, then we go to the gym. 40 minutes in. Well, not 40 minutes. I go to the gym probably like the third exercise to second exercise, depending on how long the first two take and if I warm up. If I train calves like first, I don't really count that as an exercise because it's not really towards the muscle I'm trying to work. Like, I don't want to put my intra carbs in my fucking calves. That's not how shit works, But, I don't see it, and it's not that strenuous to me. Like, working calves is just not strenuous. And most people don't work calves, right? They half rep it, they just do the top rep. You gotta do that stretch at the bottom, man. Watch some John Meadows videos. John Meadows, if you look at him when he was younger, that motherfucker had no calves. And then like 2 years later, when he was like 21, or 22, he had big calves. So you look at his first couple shows, he shows he had no calves and he had big calves. You can't be like, oh, well, he just didn't train them. It's like, well, then he would just have naturally big calves. It was genetics. I'd say big calves genetically, but for bodybuilding, it doesn't matter if they're naturally big. You still got to train them to get bigger. That's why, guys in bodybuilding mostly have small calves because they're big calves, but they don't train them. So they look small in comparison. So now my quads and hamstrings are bigger. My big calves look too small. You got to get them bigger too. It's like forearms. Forearms get bigger because you work arms. But your calves don't really get that bigger from doing like hamstring curls. They just don't. But yeah, so train your fucking calves. But yeah, I don't really count any warm-up exercise. I don't count the calves as an exercise. So like if I did arms, I would do like 1 and 2 of my bicep exercises, and I would start sipping on my Gatorade in that second exercise. Usually if I get winded, I just drink it like how I would water. If I get winded, usually the second exercise to third exercise is when I tend to get winded. I usually do about 7 to 8 exercises, so including calves. So we'll say 7 to 8. Yes, still 7 to 8 exercises. Some days it's 9 if I have other exercises, but they're still less strenuous, just like abs or vacuums. Fucking big ass bug, man. Holy shit. But yeah, and so we'll talk about abs later. But shit, my break. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, sip that Gatorade and work out, and then afterwards we go home, take a shower, go back downstairs. We got stairs to this house. So yeah, my buddy's house right now. We're gonna do the blah blah blah. Another chicken rice. Same thing as before. 3 of these meals are all the same chicken rice. And then take my pills, get ready for bed, go to bed. Wake up, do it all over again. Do it Monday through Thursday. Well, Thursday I don't go to the gym. But so yeah, I only have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that I'll be going to work and the gym. So that's good. Not too bad. Maybe Friday because you get the overtime stuff, on Fridays. And everyone's like, oh, you only work 4 days a week. And it's like, well, sometimes you work 5, so I'll get lucky there. But then also, you're working 10-hour days. So, like, this is me getting off early and it's 3 o'clock. So, most people just get off work at 3. Shit. And they start at 9. So, I gotta leave the house goddamn before 6. So, yeah, not the best. We doing things. Yeah, it's a little rainy outside. But yeah, so we'll talk about abs right now. We'll do abs and we'll mention that gear thing afterwards. But yeah, so I incorporated my abs in real quick. Yeah, I just got abs now, but get my implants done. Looks good, match my ass. But yeah, for abs, I don't really train abs in the off season at all. Occasionally, if my back starts to act up, I'll train core for a couple weeks, because sometimes my core gets really tight if I do a lot of deadlifting. And when I do deadlifting, I have to train core as like a release. It's just so much tension gets built up there from like leg days and deadlifting days. Like it's just too much. So I'll do like reverse hypers because it just stretches them out pretty good while working them, which is nice because the extra blood flow in there. And then I'll do regular hyper extensions just with a very big focus on that stretch and the negative. Not really too much worried about working. Like I don't use any weight. I'll do 15 to 20 reps when I could probably do like 40 or like 15 to 20 reps with like a 45-pound plate. Because I just do it purely as a stretching exercise to release my core. And I can get some hypertrophy, but hypertrophy. I was going to say it. But then, and the same thing, I'll superset. So I'll do the hyperextension on the glute ham developer, and then I'll flip it around and do the reverse hyper. And yeah, just one set, just 2 sets of supersets. And no break in between. Do like 15 to 20 on the hyper, and then on the reverse, I probably only do like 10 to 15 because I'm just a little bit more fatigued. Those ones get a little bit more work in them, but also has that deep stretch at the bottom, so it's real good. I love those. So it's really solid. And then if you want to use them for like a hamstring day too, you can do like the same thing instead of hyper extensions. You just do Nordic curls, and then they're reverse hyper. Those are pretty good too because it's like working your hamstrings, and then you work your lower back or release it. So that's pretty good. And you get a little bit of hamstring work in the reverse hyper, like if you do it right, a different weight. Like don't just squeeze your ass, but don't squeeze your lower back or anything. So that's pretty good too. But yeah, for abs, I just do just during contests, like once I do my 11, 12 week out mark, like I would have done 12 to 13 weeks. As soon as you start prep, I'll start incorporating abs 2 to 3 days a week. Usually 3 days a week, like every other day. So I'll do like, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, or Saturdays. Like it depends on how I want to do it. But it's the same thing pretty much. It's just going to be either leg raises, hanging, or in the captain's chair kind of thing, whatever the Roman's chair, whatever I call the captain's chair. I'm looking at that. But yeah, either hanging or not hanging, in that weird Roman chair thing. You put your arm, you can't see me. You put your arms up and you're not going to hold yourself. Or I do them, just, not sit-ups, but crunches, just to work the abs. And pretty much I just go to fatigue. Like right now, since I just started, I can only do like 10 leg raises before I hit fatigue. Not, failure, I'm saying fatigue. As soon as I get like 3 or 4 reps where it's like, ooh, I feel a burn, I stop and I immediately take a deep breath, as deep as I can go, blow it all out so I don't pass out. I take that breath in first because I just worked out. Blow it all out, do a vacuum as long as I can. I start putting my hands above my head because doing a vacuum with your hands above your head is going to prepare you for vacuum and posing. As you get better at it through the prep, you can start doing poses afterwards or during it. And I just do a vacuum as long as I can, and then I crunch my abs and hold them like I'm in a relaxed shot, and just holding my abs, crunch down, nice and powerful, or I'm doing a pose where I'm showing my abs, and then I breathe out, doing a little micro breath to make it look like you're just holding your abs, not letting your gut blow in and out as you're breathing. And that's going to practice what you're going to be doing on stage, vacuuming and then holding your abs without blowing it out. And just doing that 3 days a week for 12 weeks, that's 3 months. If you do 3 days a week for 3 months, and then you also should be doing vacuums anytime you're in the bathroom, anytime you pass by a mirror. We can say just at home, but you can do it at work too. If you get like a break, just practice some vacuums just for like 10, 20 seconds, 2 or 3 times. It's a mind-muscle connection for one, yes, but you're also strengthening those transverse abs. You're strengthening those that abdominal wall, and you're stretching it because it's got to be able to stretch to like go inside your rib cage. If you just pull as hard as you can in, it's not really going inside because it's not like stretched enough to go inside. You have to like elongate those upper 2 abs to like really get inside there. But you gotta be able to pull it all out, and that's why you should do it, multiple times a day, because multiple times a day your stomach's gonna be empty because you eat, and it's usually right before you take a break or something like that, when you got no food in your stomach. That's when you should really be practicing, because that's when it's gonna work the most, is you can really squeeze as hard as you can without having that food push you back. And it's not resistance at that point, it's just not letting you get in the proper position. You know, it's like having somebody spread your arms apart. You can't really do a bench press if your arms are laid flat, you know. But weird analogies, I know. Oh, analogy. But analogy. But blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I just do that. Gets me pretty good. I usually have the best vacuum. Yeah. I just had the best vacuum on 2 different stages. The last one, I ate literally like 10 minutes before going on fucking stage. Fuck that show, man. No one even mentioned it because that show sucked ass. Then they tell you, oh yeah, you're going on in 4 hours. What you gotta go on stage now, go, go, go. I'm like literally with my food in my hand, like, what? I'm telling other people they gotta go on stage because they're wearing headphones. Like, I'm surprised somebody didn't miss it. The show was ass, man. Terrible. What else? Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about gear. I don't mind telling people gear things in person, but online you can get a misrepresentative of it because if you're a big guy that uses a lot of gear, people are going to think they can use a little bit less than you because they are not as big as you, when really they should be using like, there's a lot of big guys that use like a lot of stuff, so they could use like half as much of you and still get good results or great results. So yeah, a little bit, you know, like if they're like, oh, this guy's 300 pounds on 3 grams of gear. Well, I'm 200 pounds, so I should use 2 grams. And you're like, no. The titration, what is it called? The latency effect, what is that called? Blah, 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 blah. Diminishing returns as you get higher, you know? So that guy was probably if he's 300 pounds, you know, well, not many guys are 300 pounds. Let's say he is 270 and he uses 3 grams of gear. Is that a gram of gear for every fucking 90 pounds? No. You should not be a 90 pound, you know, woman taking a gram of gear, you know. They do, of course, but you shouldn't. And if you do, you better look like you fucking do a gram of gear at 90 pounds. But, you know, any 90 pound guy should not be doing, you know, if he's 5'5", 90 pounds, you don't need a gram of gear. You don't need any gear. You should definitely be able to grow to 130, you know, pretty good. 150, pretty good. If you can't grow past 150, fucking, yeah, just put in some gear. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. It's not my fucking problem what you do. Just trying to help you out, you know. But yeah, so yeah, if you were 180, you could use 2 grams. No, most guys are 180. Most guys use 2 grams though, so that's pretty funny. No, what kind of car that was. So you can't really do that. So yeah, if you shouldn't judge people by what they use. Well, you can judge people by what they use, but you shouldn't judge yourself. You shouldn't calculate what you should use based off other people. I don't know how I wanted to word that. But yeah, that's how I'm going to word that. So yeah, so if somebody's using 3 grams and you want to look like them, don't use 3 grams. If you want to be a little bit smaller than them, or you feel that you're smaller than them, so you should use less, don't just use a little less. Just use as much as you need. Not as much as you want, not as much as you can afford, as much as you need. As much as we want, everybody would take the kitchen sink as much as we could. Well, not really. As much as you could without side effects. But actually, that's good for some people, actually. For me, at least. I mean, I could take as much equipoise, as much Masteron. I could take as much DHT derivatives I want, have no side effects. Well, I'd probably lose hair after a while, but my hair's stuck with me through thick and thin. So, I'm not that old though. I haven't really used that much gear at all either. So most I've used is like a gram and a half, and that was during prep. So, yeah, it got me fucking big too. But it was mostly Primo though too. So it's like 800 grams of Primo. No, it's 800 grams. It's like 680. 800 grams of Primo. I'm trying to like, what is it called? Hyperventilate. I'm trying to overreact. I don't even know what words I'm trying to use right now, man. I'm hungry. But yeah, I'm trying to overdo it. Like, you know, I do 800 grams of Primo. But then people are actually going to believe me and think I did 800 grams of Primo, man. I did 8 grams of Primo. Holy shit, how much is that? 8 grams of Primo a week. That's got to be like $1,000. Shit. I wish I could. I wouldn't do it, but I wish I could do that just so I could be that financially off. Like an $8 grand a week just in gear. That's like some Liver King shit. No, Liberty didn't use that much. He used 16. I'll use 16,000 GH a month. And he was like 16 grams a day. Jesus Christ, that's fucking hardcore, man. But yeah, so yeah, we'll just get into it. About 437. I say about because it changes like 435, 438. Yeah, 437. I say it changes just because one day you do 4 days a week. One day you do 1 week you do 4 days a week. One week you do 3 days a week. You know, it's 3.5 days a week. Can't really do a half a day a week. You know, it's not like I had 10.5 on fucking Sundays and shit. But Fargo, I'm going to the gate. Fatty. Military installation. So gotta have it's pretty nice. Military installation, so you gotta go through a gate. But yeah, so 437. Oh man, the wrong thing. This one's closed. 437 test on about. I'm gonna bump it up, so I won't say what I'm on, but I'm gonna bump it up to 730 EQ because I want to see how that does in the calorie deficit. While also, I want to see if it makes me veinier, holding size. I just want to see cosmetically what it does. Because obviously I don't see a lot of cosmetic stuff because I'm still about 13 to 14% body. I say 13% body fat. And I'd say about 10% is where you really get the cosmetic effect of stuff. So give us a second while we go through the gate. Oh, my hand is real dirty. Whoa.
Have it going, sir. Come on.
Top of the rock. Top of the rock. Because the Marne is the river that they fought on, 3rd ID Division, and Top of the Rock says you're at the top of the rock. Like you're one of the hardcore guys that fought there. You were crested the top. Ha ha. Fucking assholes. Because they're the rock, because they like stood strong on the Marne River front. Marne's like some fucking battle in France. I don't know. I read it on a poster. It's a unit history. But yeah, fuck that shit. 437 tests. I don't know why that sounded weird. 735, I think it works out to, or just like 730. Just 730. The EQ, I don't know, it's like 180, 3.5 times a week, or 210. I don't fucking know. I don't want to do the math in my head right now. Okay, we'll double. No, you have it. So 90 times 7, that's 630. So 20 times 7 is 700. That's 840 now. Oh, but no, you can do half dosages with that. Yeah. So we're doing 730 a week. And then no mast until 10 weeks out, which is just next week. Because I just don't want to add too much insinuaries. I'm doing fucking 700 milligrams of fucking EQ. Man. But, maybe can use EQ too, I guess. Then I'm going to use, about 100 milligrams a week of 100 milligrams 3 times a week. So 350 milligrams of Masteron a week, because you don't really need that much to harden you up. With the EQ, it's going to harden you up pretty good too. You know, so it's a little softer, but it has a nice look to it as well. I imagine that's what Martin Fitzwater is doing. I can't say what he's using, but he's nice and round. But he also is, I wouldn't say the driest competitor there. Could just be lots of tests doing that though too. So people say that with tests, it makes you look bubbly, round, and big, but not as dry. So he could just be on full test, not taking it out at all. Or not as fucking coach. Not his genetics either, so I can't say anything. And then Tren will be adding in probably as soon as I get home. It's just, I like to taper it up because I don't like Tren. I really don't. So I want to take as little as possible and then just, not as little as possible, I won't be that kind of guy. I know a friend, he knows if he watches this video, he'll know I'm talking about him. That fucking loser. Taking like micro dosage and shit. He's like 70 milligrams a week. I'm just like, who the fuck are you, Vigorous Steve? Like, goddamn. Weirdo. Like, it's a fucking science experiment. But yeah, so I'm going to start with probably 210 a week, which is, 30 a day? No, I'm not doing a day. I'm doing I'm doing that one's a dentate. I didn't get an acetate this time. Long acetate, long acting. So I'm gonna do 3.5 days. So every other day. So it's gonna be who the fuck knows? 60? No, 60. Yeah, yeah, 60 every other day. So that's right. It's 180. Yeah, it's 210 a week, and then do that for probably 3 or 4 weeks. So about week 5-ish. No, yeah, week 6-ish. I'll probably bump it up to 280. And then, yeah, 280 just into the show. Stop it like a week out. Keep that nice dry hard though. In between, yeah, 280 with the master on. That's like 5, what is that, 620. The EQ, that's 1350. And the test, that's 17. Oh, I forgot. 1780. Yes, 1780. It's the most I've ever done. And then, well, I've done more before show. I just use less compounds. Like I did a little bit more EQ for a little bit, but I did not like it. And a little bit more tests. I did 500 tests and 840 EQ. It was okay. I was getting some E2 functions though, so I bumped it back down to 6. Was it 635? Is it 720 or 730? That one I think is 650. No, fuck. Is it 630 and 730? No, that can't be right. I don't know if it's 630 or 730 now. But whatever, however that works out to. 840. 730. 620? Who the fuck? Who the fuck knows? Who cares? But, wow. Spinning tires and everything. Blue, 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 blue. Yeah, so 1730. 1780. So almost 1800 milligrams. So that's kind of cool. I say cool, it's a lot. A lot of dry compound too, so that's nice. And then we're gonna, the last 4 weeks of the show, we're gonna add in Winstrol and some Halo. Halo is gonna be real small, probably only like 5 milligrams for the 4th week, and then Halo is gonna, 3rd week go to 10, and the last 2 weeks it's gonna be 20. Because that shit, for me at least, is very potent. It dries me out pretty good, but it's potent. I feel like a fucking man. It feels like I'm taking Tren all over again. It's like I feel very masculine. I just don't like it. It's too much. I don't like being masculine. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I just don't like it. It's like taking pre-workout. It makes me fucking hype. It's too hype though. It's fucking wired. I don't like stimulants. I really don't. The Winstrol. I don't even know if I want to do Winstrol, because Winstrol usually I can't drink enough water. It always makes me cramp somewhere. But I just gotta keep the water up as high as I can. And probably, I'll wait for a second. Probably do 25 for 3 or 4 weeks, and then the last week I'll do probably 50 for like the last couple of days, probably the whole week, because I want to see how it looks the first couple of days. So it doesn't change my physique too much where I can't, probably do it 2 weeks, honestly, just so I know exactly what I look like. Because if you change things peak week, you know, it might make you too dry and you don't know how to compensate. And too dry means too flat sometimes, so you don't know how to compensate. You know, so you really should plan everything 2 weeks ahead. At that 2 week mark, you should look perfect. Just maybe lose an extra, you know, half pound body fat, or half pound or a pound body fat, you know, or because obviously you got to carb up before, you're just going to regain the carbs. Well, where you lose what you gained through your carb up process. So you really should just, why is there no rain right fucking here? I just had rain 20 feet away. Holy shit. You hear that? Like there's no rain now? Drove maybe 30 seconds. That's crazy. But yeah, so, look, I can see, oh, you can't see it. I thought you could see it too. But you cannot. This is a terrible park job. I don't know what I was thinking about the rain, I guess. Cool. Chrysler Pacifica, man. The blue, I like it. Yeah, so, yeah. Be doing that. Be doing GH, 3 to 4 milligrams, because I'm not fucking accurate with that shit. I really don't give a shit. More milligrams. 3 to 4 IUs. I don't like saying milligrams. 3 to 4 IUs on training nights. During the nights, I don't do Thursdays sometimes. I don't do Sundays sometimes just because I forget. I'm going to start taking 4 milligrams, 4 IUs every night because it's good for lipolysis. It's good for losing fat. So that's good. But then also, like, it's good to do it every single day. And, good. I may try splitting it up and see what it changes. Maybe we're on week 8, like do like 3 or 4 weeks at nighttime, and then every day, and then about week maybe 9 or 8. Don't really need too much long to see how it changes. I'll try like 3 at night, 1 pre-workout, 2 at night, 2 pre-workout, and then maybe I'll try 4 at night, 2 pre-workout, do 6 a day. I don't really want to use too much more though, because it's just not. Oh man, my teeth look really yellow with this shirt. Oh yeah, the shirt. Yeah. What did I eat? But yeah, we'll do that. And then I stopped insulin, just didn't like it. It was always messing with my blood sugar. I only like using it on leg days and back days, really, when my insulin really goes low. And it's just like, fucking shit, and I need it. So yeah. At other times it was just like not needed. Especially if you take your GH at night, you don't really need insulin. It's a little bit better, Helps, I guess. Not as much people think. They act like you take insulin and go fucking 10 pounds. But just make you fat. You can grow 10 pounds on insulin. Yeah, you fucking just force feed yourself carbs. 40 minutes. Ooh, we've been talking for a while. No one's gonna watch this.